And welcome to the Raw Review. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by another one, Michael Hamflett from WhatCulture, here to review everything that happened on this week's episode of Raw. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review Raw, but also SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a brilliant quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett to review last night's Raw. Michael Sidgwick away with some urgent childcare issues, so we won't make light of anything like that, obviously. Serious need to have time off from the podcast.
No, we won't make light of it. Like, I hope whatever's going on at home is absolutely fine with Sidge. Get well soon. Like, if you're watching this, sincerely get well soon. I think it's dickhead behaviour to make jokes about when people are off work. Don't you agree, Wilbourn?
Yeah.
I know Sidge would.
So we're here to review Raw and the Gallo Show ahead of Survivor Series War Games.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I know you have to get... I know, right, that it's a Tuesday and I wasn't here yesterday and I haven't seen it or heard it yet. I will do. I'll catch up with the boys. Something tells me you might have had to kind of like pull the old positivity wagon solo for SmackDown. Am I right?
Yeah, we made a deal that Sidge would talk more on the Full Gear review if I carried the SmackDown one.
Yeah, I assumed it might go that way in terms of the split of those particular shows.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can offer that same kind of 50-50 element today. There were things I liked on the show.
Oh, so you're pumped for the NXT Gold Rush preview then, that you're going to carry the positivity on?
That is a different and equally hideous beast in its own way, and we'll get to that later. What was the football impossible job? I can't remember. You know, was it one of the times one of the England managers had an impossible job or something? Previewing week 2 of Gold Rush. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Mm-hmm. There was stuff I liked on this, genuine high points. One performance in particular.
Oh, Cena's on NXT Gold Rush, actually. He's going to be goated.
He is. I hadn't thought
well, he's going to make an announcement. He's not going to be actually on the show.
Well, he's going to head back to Madison Square Garden Theatre.
Of course, yeah.
Where everyone else has turned back up.
It's a week of shows in the can for WWE, isn't it?
I, for one, am astonished that none of those NXT results have made the internet or come in front of us, because, like, typically, it's a hot topic, isn't it? It's like, oh, no, we won 2 Evolve matches. No, on this row, I'm always sad when Sidge is off, but I'm particularly sad today because I came in almost like ready to fight on behalf of one wrestler in particular because I thought a performance was so strong.
Okay.
I was just kind of assuming that maybe it was just a me thing, and I was like, no, here's what I loved and here's how this has worked and all that. So there was definite high points, but I will be glad when we've entered Rumble season. The John Cena stuff, you know, when we said the other week, he's cheating because the John Cena stuff is like this post babyface turn has been almost all excellent. And when he's been in the building, it's been a free hit of a week.
Yeah.
Because his segment is so hot and like this, like the tournament's rubbish, but like the idea of his last match now feels real. Like last week in the Garden, I was like, I did not expect to get emotional watching a banter house show 6-man match.
Yeah.
And yet, as he leaves the building, something did kind of come over me that I wasn't expecting. Without that, I really felt it this week. I really felt like Raw was badly lacking. It didn't have anywhere near the gravitas.
I'm excited for War Games. They've done it again. Like I won't care once we get 10, 15 minutes into the bit where it's like, right, well, Bell's still not going to ring for another 20 minutes. But the teams, the lineups, the interpersonal stuff, I'm interested in and invested in.
Opening segment, I think for me, is where I'll be able to sum those. Oh my God! Sum those thoughts up.
Let's get into it.
Yeah,
because as we knew, Roman Reigns was going to open this show from the Paycom Center in Oklahoma. Yeah. He comes out. He's greeted with chants of OTC, and he responds, "OKC, acknowledge me."
It's not bad.
And that's all he can say before he's interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who comes out to another great reaction. And he says, so, Oklahoma City, what do you guys want to talk about?
Getting both
dribbled there.
Getting both of them to do their catchphrases like that so early on. Massive in the building.
I was like, we're already off to a red hot start. That's the alarm for a red hot start to Monday Night Raw.
It's a Stars alarm, isn't it?
It's so hot. There's a fire alarm's gone off.
That's it.
Now it's finished. Okay. He says, I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you're a man of your word. This is Cody to Roman. But last time you gave me your word, it was for this match. Oh, sorry, it was for a match, sorry. This time, this is war.
It's a match.
I told everybody who listened why I was involved with the War Games. I guess I'm just like everybody else. What's in this for you? Roman says, what's in it for me? Last time I checked, I've been in this war for a long time. You're just joining. This is the thing. I don't like you. You don't like me. We don't even really know each other that well. But there's one thing you know about me, and there's one thing I know about you. We don't play around when it comes to family. Last time I checked, half of this team is my family. And before they were on this team, they were in the bloodline. That means I've invested in the Usos for a long time. I'm here to see that investment through. And Cody says, understood. Then all I can say is, welcome to my team. Well, Reigns, he offers his hand. Reigns doesn't shake it. Out comes the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. Catchphrase time. Isn't it great to be alive on Monday night in Oklahoma City? He says, OKC, acknowledge us. He brings everyone together. That's what Phil's all about,
it's
guys.
sort of been the theme of his comeback, really, hasn't it, these last 5 years or so, yeah.
What did he say the other day? He's having the time of his life in WWE.
I mean, folks.
He says, I'm stealing your best material, but listen, there's an occasion for it. And the occasion is this. This is an all-star War Games. I'm just glad to say, I'm here to say that I'm glad that Cody's got your word. Me, personally, I don't need your word because I figured me and you were cool. I remember last year at War Games when I saved your life. Roman was like, yeah, you saved my life. Then 4 months later, you bloody ruined it. And Punk's like, I ruined your life to give you a reason to stab me in the back. I'm not worried about you doing that because you stabbed me in the back. Saturday at War Games, you're stabbing your cousins in the back. So, what do you think about that? Roman Reigns wouldn't be mean to his own family, would he? I was like, he's done that before.
Phil, you weren't here, but he did that.
He wouldn't put his family between a rock. I was like, oh my God, that is the name of another person. And a hard place, would he?
He wouldn't put his like between a rock and a Yokozuna, would he? That's not a phrase, Pug.
Cody's trying to settle things down. We're all on the same team here, Punk. Punk's like, yeah, but about that, who said it was your team, Cody? And I was like, yes. I'm clinging on to anything that's Cody, CM Punk.
Yeah.
Who said it's your team? You know, you extended your hand to Roman Reigns. Last time I checked, this isn't SmackDown. This isn't the USA Network. This is Monday Night Raw. This is Netflix, baby. You can be the quarterback on Fridays, but here, boom, I'm the champ, and the C in CM Punk stands for Capitan.
Didn't really get that line out, did he?
You know, I did.
Roman Reigns wanted to make a knob gag.
Yeah. Well, you should pull them out and measure them now. I was like, what are we talking about? Belts or something else?
Ticket, tocket, measure your cocket.
Says, look, this is ridiculous. I don't care if it's your team. This is Punk, Cody. Doesn't even matter whose team it is, probably. Don't like you, just like I told you I don't like you. The only thing we're going to agree on is I hate Paul Heyman and I hate the Vision. That's my word to you. That's my promise. I hate them more than I hate you. Hang on, I think there's a thing for this.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
Just before he leaves, he says, since we're being honest here tonight, that title looks so much better on my shoulder. He walks out and Punk's like, you talking to me or talking to Cody? I was like, that's for you to figure out. And Punk goes, he's talking to you, to Cody.
Hot.
Hot as balls.
Hot as balls. It was and is still cool to see 3 massive stars like yakking. It's sort of I think it's a useful study in contrast. I won't bore anybody with my extended full gear thoughts, but I will just say that the very obvious inability of late to make proper stars has kind of bitten AEW in the ace. And I think this weekend was real evidence of that.
Yeah.
So then when you tune into Raw, it's really flipped, actually. Remember, like, there'd be AEW pay-per-view weekends, and then you've seen something that was, like, really hot, or the work was so good or worthy, kind of AEW at its best, that, like, then it was almost a bit of a whiplash effect of tuning into Raw and being like, right, now we're back to, like, the sports entertainment theatre.
Yeah.
It's like you got to see promo trains and whatever. This sort of flipped that for me, because what I saw on Saturday versus what I saw here was, right, well, asked and answered, in theory. Here are these massive stars coming out to enormous reactions, and they don't need to say much to, like, generate the reactions and generate the excitement. And, like, if you're a WWE fan, and I am, like, mate, you wish you're in the building, and just to be sort of present for whatever they're doing. And you can kind of see what I'm circling here, can't you? I didn't think this was any good. Like, this sort of reminded me of, because it was Rhodes, Roman, and Punk in particular, it kind of reminded me of the very first time, I think it was like 2005, it must have been, for the Build to One Night Stand, where Vince, Bischoff, and Heyman were in the ring together for the first time. And what you were looking at was, like, visually a piece of history. It was like, there's the 90s wrestling war, and now they're all in the ring together. But the segment was kind of lame. Like, Vince just played like the overlord of these two bickering GMs about the return of ECW, and Heyman lit a wreath on fire, and it was like, so take that, Eric Bischoff. And it was just like, the material's a bit flimsy, and it's more of a screenshot of a moment than it's actually watching the segment. This was that. Like, Roman Reigns' character, I think, continues to be one of the more unique failures of 2025, in that he generates just face-melting reactions.
Yeah.
And the character sort of sucks. Like, he goes away.
I don't know what his motivation is.
The Vision haven't ruined his life. CM Punk hasn't ruined his life. He doesn't really hate the Vision. He was so bored with the Usos that he was like, I can't be arsed with you till Christmas. Like, it's all over the shop. This was a character.
I couldn't tell you what he's doing at WrestleMania right now.
Nah. Like,
even after this, where he's like, that title will look good.
Yeah, obviously you can put Roman Reigns in a title program. Of course you can. You can plug him into a title program anytime you want. He's Roman Reigns. And that's why that kind of line was quite effective. You know, like, he's more than happy to let them two stew in that one a little bit, because once War Games is done, they don't have to be mates anymore, and it's going to get to Royal Rumble season. That's fine. It was just the rest of it I thought was really, really flimsy. I'm with you on Cody and Punk. I see them together, and I will take any kind of spark, right down to when Roman leans and the two of them left in the ring. I'm not really watching Roman doing his little smart-ass lines as he walks. I'm kind of looking at them two and thinking, like, how are they, like, interfacing with one another? So I thought the material was too weak. I also think this War Games has been the first time that I can't anymore subscribe to that thing of, oh, they've done it. I do actually want to watch these matches. I don't really. I thought we'll get to it a bit here. Based on what happened on SmackDown and stuff, they didn't do a particularly great job of this random out of nowhere Charlotte is, like, it's Bullet Club is fine. Charlotte's not fine. Capital N, capital F. Charlotte's fine. Like, paid off, done and dusted. I don't really believe the tension in the, I don't, like, the baby faces now, thankfully, in 2025, in Triple H's WWE, for the most part, are too smart to get wrapped up in bollocks like this. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are the world champions for a lot of reasons. And two of them are that each man individually typically is clever within their own storylines. They don't make those traditional idiot babyface mistakes and rowing with each other over nothing in particular, or things like who's the captain or whatever, or having to try and, like, convince Roman Reigns to be their mate is not becoming of their characters. They're better characters, they are. Like, this is that stuff that you do because, like, what if they were just fine? What if the only tension in the babyface team was Roman himself saying, I didn't really want to come back and see you as Jimmy and Jay, and yet you've sort of left me no choice because I don't think you can fight your battle on your own, and then have one of the Usos say, yes, we could. And then there's the tension. But instead, they've gone down the other route instead. I think it's really...
I think you have to have the alphas being like... I don't think they don't care who the team is named after or who's the actual team captain. It's just posturing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like a peacocking thing. Yeah, that is fair. But again, they have tried. I think they've failed, but I think they've tried to turn this men's one into a... Because they have just chucked all the big names at it.
I was going to say, they're not wrong about it being all-star.
No, that's fair. But I think
having gone from what we thought might be the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs, which would have been 50% great.
With the exception of Lesnar, just Lesnar, I guess, they've tried to turn this into a blood feud, haven't they? They've tried to make it seem as if the Division want to take Punk's title and the Division want to end Roman's career, and Drew McIntyre is obsessed with hurting Cody Rhodes and stuff. They have tried to make this an actual feud. So I sort of wish that was what the baby faces were in the ring chatting about. I would rather, here you go, right? To be fair to this segment, I don't mind the little moments of Roman saying, that title looked good on me, and then leaving a tease, or a little tiny moment of, I'm the captain. No, I'm the captain. But the whole thing should be sick of the Division. Fight. They're all right. But the whole thing was, they're not all right. Oh, by the way, we've got to have a match. I think they got do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
I think they got the percentages, things to focus on wrong way around here. And it was, as a result, it was a bit like, well, yeah, they're all in the ring together, but God, I wish they were talking about other things.
Well, after this, we head to the Division's locker room. Paul Heyman is insistent with Drew McIntyre because obviously he was there on SmackDown. Not in the arena. He was banned from the arena. He jumped Cody in his bus and then drove off.
That's fine, right?
Sid had a problem with that on the SmackDown.
He's the loophole guy, though, Drew McIntyre.
That's exactly what I was saying. He says, look, the only reason you're allowed inside this arena tonight, because of all the problems he's got with the SmackDown GM, I can't remember what his name is because I've picked you for this War Games Advantage match in the main event. You walk out that door and say something to the wrong person, they can just kick you out of the arena. And Logan Paul's like, yeah. And that's why Brock Lesnar's his tag team partner tonight. And he was like, no, Brock's in a terrible mood. I mean, he cheered up later. After what happened last week, he's coming for Roman Reigns. Keep Brock's name out of your mouth. And Logan's like, that's right. That's why Braun Breaker is Drew's partner. No. Bronson Reed. Logan Paul. Paul's like, yes. And then Logan goes, it's a wise choice.
He was awful, isn't he? I mean that in a complimentary way.
Yeah.
He was awful here. It's sort of so...
It's that dragon meme, isn't it? But he's like, with a bottle of Prime.
The dragon with the dragon is prime coloured. It's a blue prime coloured dragon.
Oh my God.
So obnoxious that it sort of foreshadowed quite nicely the finish. You know, the finish to the match. It could have only gone that way, I think.
Triple H got something right. Just jumping ahead.
Heels with advantage.
Heels have got the advantage. Great. Now do that again for the women.
It just doesn't feel like it can possibly happen.
Oh,
that way, does it? You know, like they've got they'll have to address that on the Go Home SmackDown, won't they? But
Yes. Are we going to do sort of a SmackDown X Survivor Series preview on Friday?
Yeah, of course we are. They've got a Survivor Series match on SmackDown.
Of course.
I'm not going to miss the opportunity to talk about those legends.
I'm going to have to avoid the spoilers.
Oh, it's taped, isn't it?
Taped, yeah.
That's fine. Just don't check them.
Fair enough.
Nobody talks about it then anyway. It's fine.
What a lot of people talking about, though, is the Last Time Is Now tournament. And the quarterfinal match was Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes. Good old NXT providing the talent yet again. Two former NXT champions.
Yeah, we're not going to get that old WCPW next round match, are we?
No, I was talking about how WCW have rather helped the Continental Classic this year. Carl Fletcher, Pac, cut their teeth in WCPW.
Cut their teeth? You bet Pac barely cut a promo. He wouldn't job. I'm not going home to lose to some fucking loser.
His birthday was that we were out there watching them for someone's birthday, I remember.
What, Pac working for WCPW?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. I'd read I forget where he'd worked before that, but he was back. He was out there. Need jobs. I was like, all right, okay. Let's get that one.
Well, because he was the Dragon Gate champion, wasn't he?
He was.
Open the Dragon Gate champion.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm not.
How's this happened?
He just wouldn't lose when he had the belt. That was the thing, wasn't it? It was
Well, there, and then he didn't have the belt. And then there was that first ever AEW match that took place in Nottingham. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was a Hangman Page, and that went to like a DQ. Should have known then. It probably wasn't worth even bothering with the company.
So, yes, Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes. This was loads of fun. Hayes tries to use his speed early on and just gets wrecked by Gunther. He even gets up on the buckle to mock the crowd. He's having a good time, Gunther, here. He's back into it straight away. But he gets a powerbomb out of the corner. Springboard DDT from Hayes gets 2. And then he just gets wham, cut off with a massive chop as we go to a break. We come back. Desperation sleeper by Melo. Gunther reverses into one of his own, but that gets escaped with a backflip, and Hayes gets another sleeper on him. Gunther gets out of it. They trade chops. Hayes knocks him down. Butterfly suplex sends Hayes flying, but he's right back with a DDT to counter the powerbomb as we go to another break. When we come back, Hayes hits a first 48, but misses nothing but net. Oh, sorry, gets cut off, I should say. Gunther chops the post by mistake. Ow. So Hayes springboard DDTs on the outside. He also hits a running flip dive onto Gunther for a big crash. Sort of spill into the timekeeper's area. Gunther's like, I'm not getting a count-out win on me. He chucks Melo into the timekeeper's area, but Hayes pops out of it and drops Gunther with a leaping DDT. Gets back in the ring, and obviously with what happened on SmackDown with Bronson Reed, you think, oh my God, is he going to get a second count-out victory? But no, Gunther slides back in just in time. Crowd are really into this. Hayes grabs La Mystica, but misses nothing but net. There's a big clothesline from Gunther into a huge powerbomb for 2. The fans are really into the near falls here. Gunther gets a sleeper. Hayes fights out of it, but Gunther just drops him with a huge powerbomb to get the victory and advance to the semi-finals.
Best match on Raw. Best match of the tournament. Best main roster babyface performance by Carmelo Hayes ever. Who do you have to thank for all of the above? Yes, The Miz.
Of course.
He, as we could see, was very quietly and subtly bringing this out of Carmelo Hayes. I truly believe that. He was a different kind of babyface in NXT. And I think it's obviously taken time on the main roster to find where he's fit, and he's predominantly worked as a heel. But the babyface stuff that he did when Melo and Miz were still together, kind of almost like when he was bursting out of the shadow of the Miz and they were still losing matches or whatever.
What was their catchphrase?
Well, you see, they kind of put 2 of theirs together,
right?
And it made for like a specific kind of pronunciation. You probably remember if you racked your brain. So
wait a second.
So the Miz always obviously says he's awesome, and Melo always says, I am him.
So together they are awesome.
That's right. And I felt the spirit of Melo Miz in this match, genuinely. I know I sound like I'm doing a bit, I promise you I'm not. Like
Miz dust.
He got the Miz dust on him. Gunther already had some from Survivor Series a couple of years back, so he's been riding that wave ever since.
Gunther can't lose to him, can he?
Yeah, riding that wave ever since. No, this was brilliant. This was absolutely brilliant. This was, if I've got to be honest about it, everything the Javon Evans match wasn't. The more we were talking about it last week, the more I just feel certain that the way to book that match was to have Javon make the final and have Javon be this kid that was like chasing a seemingly impossible dream of fighting John Cena, and he was one step away, and then have Gunther just break his heart in the final, because I got a version of that story with Carmelo Hayes here. He wasn't the favourite. He was our favourite against Bronson Reed, but he wasn't the favourite, and he did it. And as you say, it was by a count out, and that might have scanned as a bit of a cheeky way to get him through, but then you could use it in a finish against Gunther. Gunther on the cutoff was sublime here. The fans were so much louder for this than they were the Javon Evans one. There was never a sense in the Javon Evans match that this tournament was anything but Gunther's. But here, Melo made them want desperately to fight for it to be his. Like, they were proper. The point at which he misses nothing but net, having already had that near fall, is when he's got the lot of them. Because it's like they've rode with him all the way at that near fall, and it's still only got 2, and it's like, right, well, now I need to hit my finish, and if I can do that, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And it's that really magic sweet spot. A million wrestling matches, like over hundreds of years, basically look for that one moment, and they got it here. And Gunther was probably an even heavier favourite in this match than he was last week, because they could have pulled the upset last week. They were never going to pull the upset here.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There was
He's in real trouble next round, though.
Well, he is now. He is now. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I mean, I'm desperately sorry for how it occurred.
Yes,
but nonetheless, I cannot wait for it. I thought absolutely tremendous bit of business. Carmelo Hayes was excellent here. I've got a lot of faith in this Carmelo Hayes babyface run from the last 6 weeks, more so than I ever had from when he first came up from NXT as a heel. And the idea is like, oh, well, yeah, but wait till he turns face again. I wasn't really seeing it as this, like, what was he? He was like a suboptimal Shawn Michaels guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes. He's got something here. Like, even the first time he was cutting babyface promos saying, I'm going to let lie with Miz. And then Miz got him. So he was like, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
No, I've got other business to attend to, but that's it. Miz just got himself back on the list. I tried that, no revenge business, and he did that. So I'm really with Carmelo Hayes going into 2026. Strong stuff, this. Gunther was brilliant.
They're going to have a gold chain with Andre the Giant's giant head on a pole match.
Get the chain back. And he wins it for a second year in a row, he retains it.
Yeah.
And it's like, when like the Daniel Bryan had the hemp belt and they put it on that stand, and then Kofi Kingston won and Xavier Woods like get out of the way, pull the thing off, and the real belt was underneath it. The giant Andre the Giant trophy is there, and then they don't necessarily always lift it up. Like they just sort of stand next to it and do that. Melo goes to lift it up and I can't lift it. He looks in the little top. The head's still there. Holds the little Andre head off. Gunther's, he's brought it back.
I'd have him face Jey Uso in the final and have the Gunther CM Punk match from SummerSlam, except no redemption.
just
kills him.
His ass. Gunther bringing back the whole deal where it's like, that powerbomb didn't work. It's not going to stop me powerbombing you again.
Yeah.
Like felt like it was about 16 in this one as well. I've always got it.
It's me playing 2K. I'm just keep doing the same move. It keeps working.
The E-Honda 100-hand slap where you just trap somebody in the corner until they cry and go home.
Oh, my mate which is the one that's got the dinosaur in it. My mate would just
Tekken, maybe?
Yeah, Tekken, I think it is. Just fart. You couldn't get past it.
What?
Yeah, there's like a move where the
farting dinosaur.
He'd fart and it's like you try and jump over and it's like you'd hit a bit of the gas and be like, ah, and then it's like, right, I'll just run the clock out now. Fart. I've won.
Fartosaur ass because of all the farting.
Tekken.
Was it Tekken or was it
farting dinosaur?
Oh, God, I think it was Tekken 3.
Gone. Tekken 3,
Tekken 3.
gone. Secret farts, rare fire, spits.
I had no idea there was
Gone with the wind.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh my God.
That's good stuff. I never played Tekken 3.
Oh, there you
Nice.
go. I'll show you this. There's a little gif of the spins around farts. If an opponent walks into the gas or is in close proximity, then they will be stunned or fall down immediately. It is one of only 2 attacks in the Tekken series involving flatulence. The other, of course, being the much slower Fatal Wind used by Kuma and Panda.
I remember Panda.
Oh, the name Gone with the Wind is likely a reference to the 1939 film Gone with the Wind.
How have they pulled that one? What was the game where the little fella farted?
Sorry. Nicholas, over to you, mate.
It's like an alien creature.
Abe's Odyssey?
Abe's Odyssey.
Yes.
He would just fart around, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's farting out.
He's flat.
Was it like
Oddworld.
Oddworld, yeah. I didn't have the game, but I remember watching somebody playing it, and the farting seemed like incidental to the story.
Yeah, you could have. He's like, I think he almost had a soundboard basically whilst you were doing the game.
So it wasn't going to help you jump higher.
Oh, he's just
but it was like,
fart.
yeah,
it's funny, isn't it?
Drop a fart while you're jumping on a body's head.
Eric's 2 and he knows this is comedy.
Yeah, he gets it. Farts being funny is one of them really.
You don't actually have to teach children that.
No,
They just pick it up.
They're born with the knowledge of it.
They're like, I don't know much, but I know farting's funny.
I popped the house with this one, so I'll try and drop another one.
He's just
later
got to the stage where he's realised he can fart and now say someone else has done it.
Oh, that's a good one.
So he'll fart really loud.
Yeah.
Be like, Mummy farted. I'm like, oh, Mummy.
Did he get that off you? Because you still do it now as a shoot. Deny them in the car.
We see CM Punk bickering with Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes backstage. Cody says, we're just playing to Paul Heyman's hands here.
Yeah.
Punk's like, I didn't ruin your life, Roman. You're perfectly healthy. And then suddenly, here come the Usos. Jay's like, wait, what a big family, guys, right? Jimmy's like, we got the War Games Advantage match, and look at the state here. You know who's on the same page? Us, Usos. No, who's not? You. Yeah, I took that from it's implied.
Thanks, Jimmy.
We're the ones for...
What are you, the tech in Wikipedia?
We're the ones for a reason. We're the best tag team in the world. I'm like, wait a second, that's what CM Punk says. But it's like, best wrestler in the world. What do Cody want to talk about? Usos getting the dub, probably, if anything. And they leave. Roman's like, whose team is this? Sort it out.
Again, I don't like, what's Roman stirring for? Like, does he want to be the team lead? Does he want to be the shift supervisor or what?
As far as he knew, until a few weeks ago, he was just going to sit home and have a nice Thanksgiving.
Well, nobody asked him to come.
God, he has to. He have to now, won't he?
He could have been home and hose. This could have been him for December. Gets the advent calendar out.
Oh, God, when's that?
Well, every day is the ones.
Is that Monday we get to crack it open?
Possibly. I don't have one.
What?
I'd,
Just eat it all on the first day. Is that the problem?
You're not far wrong. If I want chocolate at Christmas, I'd buy a chocolate bar. Like, I'm not waiting every day to open a door. I think it's for children. I'm sorry. Like, it's a Halloween deal. I don't mean to bring the vibe down. Like, Adele's grandparents, like, get Adele and the boys one. And just don't get me one. They know my stance on it. I'll just go to Asda.
If you had to have one, because there's all the different, like, Reese's and Milky Bar and blah, 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 what would you pick?
Do they make a Malteser one, but the Malteser is like the Malteser out of Celebrations rather than your standard Malteser?
I don't know.
Because I think,
I'll
again,
look at Tesco.
a Malteser advent calendar would be one of the more frustrating ones, wouldn't it? Because you would just want to...
I mean, yeah, you can't have one Malteser.
Exactly. Who has one Malteser?
If someone has a bag
But
of
I think
Maltesers, like, would you like one? I'd be like, no, I want all of them.
But you see, I think that about all food.
I want it all.
And advent calendar, but there's like a full Christmas dinner in each door, and it's not a door, it's just a plate that's served to me.
I'm annoyed that there isn't more sweet advent calendars, to be honest.
Yeah.
They did like a,
But you'd be the same again. You can't imagine a Skittles
bag of Skittles
Skittle.
Chewies behind each door.
Oh, you need a bag. A share bag as well. Advent calendar's massive.
I also convince myself every year, I'm like, I'm going to treat myself to like a Lindt Christmas. And I'm like, look at the price, and I'm like, no, it's all right. I'll just get the Dairy Milk one after a few days in December when it's discounted and just play catch up.
Well, we recall the era where they made those giant Ferrero Rochers, don't we? How much trouble I got myself in, both health-wise and financially.
I'm in a hole here, Adele, and I'm in real trouble.
My wife bought 2 at the start of December to take down to the family at Christmas, and I must replace those 2. I'm not exaggerating, 7 times. Like a £5 a shot.
I just told you now about the lad from NCT where we had the Halloween party for all the kids, and one of the mums very nicely made little like Halloween care packages to take home with like sensible treats for kids, like a Serene bar or whatever it might be. And the dad of one of the kid like went to nursery and came on the walk home, and the mum was like, "Mum, can I have one of my Halloween treats now?" "No, it's not Halloween yet." And she was like, "Go on, you've been so good, you can have it." Went in the house. "Where's the Halloween box?" I ate it all. Didn't even replace it. Had to subsequently, obviously.
You've got to replace it.
You said your strategy is always you're gonna eat it.
Plan. You got to plan when you're going to replace it, because then nobody sees. Like, it's a victimless crime. Ultimately, like, if you can get that if you get that eaten and replaced, I have been in, honestly, like, sweaty palm situations where, like, the particular size of snack that I have eaten and stolen is no longer for sale in the supermarket. It's like, what do I do? If I buy bigger, they're happier because there's more, but they know the crime has taken place. Yeah. And then you realize what you're doing is you're not buying to replace, you're buying to hide the shame. Like, right. Mini eggs is the worst one for that. Oh, yeah. Because I am an absolute bastard. Like, Adele loves mini eggs, buys a lot in. We get a lot of the mini eggs for the kids, and I just eat them all. Just an unstoppable force when mini eggs are in the house.
Unstoppable force.
But what I'll do is I'll get on Amazon and I'll get some, like, Prime to the house, but then I'll have misjudged the size of the bags. I didn't buy those ones.
Guess I'll have to eat them as well.
I do. That's how it goes. I have to eat them as well. And then it's like,
whoops.
It's like getting in sort of, what are those terrible moneylender things?
Oh, yeah.
With payday loans.
Yeah.
It's just a trap, really, to get yourself more in bother. That's me, but with mini eggs. And I have to get to, like, a big Tesco or something near the work to be like, right, have you got this size mini eggs? I'm in real trouble. It's not even Easter anymore.
You're walking around the entirety of Newcastle. Has anyone got any mini eggs?
I've got 3 days left. They're out of stock.
Right, let's get back to Raw, because next, Dominik Mysterio came out ahead of his match with John Cena at War Games, or Survivor Series, obviously, and he introduced himself as the King of the Luchadores. He says, "John, in a couple of days, I'm going to put an end to this retirement tour. This Saturday, I'm going to embarrass you in my hometown, San Diego. I'm going to take back my Intercontinental Championship, and at Survivor Series, I will continue to be the greatest Mysterio of all time." Doesn't matter if you cheer for John Cena or not. The crowd are booing him out of the building at this point, because he's not here tonight. John's not here, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not wanting to come to this dump. And then John Cena's music hits. The crowd and Joe Testore go wild.
He lost it. Very convincing he lost it. An extra date on the tour!
Why would his last date not be... I love OKC and all that, but why would it not be in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, it couldn't have been clearer.
No Cena, and you think it might be just the whole, tricked you. I don't know, the Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart thing. But no... A little person dressed as John Cena enters, along with the little person dressed as Stu the cameraman, gets down to the ring, and Dom says, "You don't interrupt me, John. I should drop you where you stand. But you know what? I'm going to save my energy, and I'm going to let you walk away because you've got no idea what's coming for you at Survivor Series." And then we have the promo from the little person dressed as John Cena who says, "It's a fine speech," which popped me a little bit. Yeah. He says, coming from the worst Mysterio of all time, all of a sudden, Dom's like, "What the hell are you doing? Stick to the plan." He says, "Look, if you won't fight me in front of the good people of Oklahoma City, who are now suddenly on his side, then at Survivor Series, if you want some, come get some, because the champ is here." And the crowd are like, "Hey!"
There he is.
And then Dominik kicks him in the chest, big boot, hits a 5-knuckle shuffle, chokes him on the ropes. Boo. 619, frog splash. Rey Mysterio comes out and makes the save. This was a rather controversial segment, wasn't it?
Well, it was just crap. Like, it's better than a lot of prior segments like it, because ultimately it's really easy to get into the sort of the fiction of it. The character, Dirty Dom, setting this whole thing up with a view to just, like, he wasn't, how can I phrase this delicately? His grand plan didn't involve beating this guy half to death. His grand plan was to just talk down to him in a promo, mock, like in his mind, do what he thought was mocking John Cena and rip the crowd off. That was his goal. Yeah. In kayfabe of all of this. But wrestling is got such a historically terrible record with this and other segments like it. Like this was incredibly Vince McMahon grade comedy. And I know that like Triple H gets a lot of grief for being a bit drab or just having like being set in his ways about things, as every booker is, but being set in the ways about things he likes, and that's what you get. And there are elements of sort of like Vince McMahon's more outlandish but entertaining ideas that you'll make. Like Sid likes the example of the Punjabi prison. People didn't love the Punjabi prison as it was happening, but there is a...
Oh my God, yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool, actually. I was a great Khali guy, but like people did not like that historically. Yeah. But it was so wild and outlandish that you're like, right, that if Vince McMahon still has a fastball, it's something complete bollocks like that. Triple H does not have that fastball, but he does still indulge in comedy like this because it's very much of the comedy he used to do. He has literally been in segments that have like featured little people. Historically, the big problem has been that a babyface will just do it and the crowd are just laugh at them. That's absolutely fine. Like little people's court, the Booker T Rock stuff. It's just
Rock was face there. I mean, there's
Rock
been
was a babyface. Like
mini Undertaker. I saw people get sharing it today. Mini Undertaker, mini Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But like
the gag is very clearly like at one person's expense in those segments, and the gag here was supposed to be at Dominik Mysterio's expense, because I don't know if I'm like preaching to the choir and people that watch our podcast know this. I'm assuming they do, but the point at which he's like, "This is not what I paid you for." The joke's on him, and now he's being a prick in how he behaves in the aftermath. But it's
shout out to Psycho from Big Little Brawlers, who was playing the role of mini John Cena.
But it was just super lame, I thought. Do you realise that? So they've gone to like it does feel like a Vince McMahon playbook of how to fill time on TV ideas, doesn't it? And there would have been one like little person parody, steal their car and smash it up, drop Gunge on the head. Any shop that like might be open in Florida that we can buy props from, it's all from this same sort of playbook. This, we talked about this in the office this morning, because John Cena's final match is on Saturday night's main event for one, and because it's the tournament final, that's sort of happening now. We know this to be true. There was one pay-per-view left in which they could have a storyline feeding into John Cena, and this is it. This will be it.
Yeah.
He will, if he honours his deal and he doesn't come back for Saudi Mania or whatever, this is it. And this was it. Astonishing, really, that they would go, yep, that's it's money we've randomly made, and the first time we've like properly sold out buildings again the last couple of weeks. Should we do some of that? Or an old Vince gag? Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do that one. Like they know what they were doing with a couple of sight gags, which is almost worse because you could tell the effort they were putting into it. They wanted this to be like, so this will really get them all talking, and it's just like I just felt like this was retrograde. Leave it in the past. Trash, I thought.
I know I'm not supposed to, but I found it quite entertaining.
And Dominik Mysterio, I think, was the right person to part there with it as well. I think you do have to apply certain context to any segment like this. I just didn't need it. I thought it was pretty rubbish.
And then we immediately go to Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough.
I didn't need it. It was pretty rubbish. You see, like, there's a lot of different things that can be pointless and a waste of time on television, and this was, there was two in a row for me.
JD against Ilya was really good on SmackDown.
I didn't see it in full, so I can't pass comment on it, but I did see the last couple of minutes, and I'm not a big JD McDonough fan in singles, but it was
Ilya definitely enjoyed it.
I bet he did. Them two have been hitting each other hard across like multiple WWE brands for what feels like about 10 years. I feel like they were like bashing 10 shades out of each other in 2.0 era NXT.
Maybe,
when Dragunov was the world champion.
When JD McDonough winked behind sunglasses.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was the proper Dragunov, like, I am wanking as I fight era. Then there was like...
Hi, I'm JD McDonough. You got sunglasses on. How do you do that?
Do it again. Like,
what was his gimmick?
Arsehole.
Arsehole who drives a car.
Carsehole. He was 2.0'd by being made JD McDonough the Winker in a car instead of like Finn Balor like he was dead hard.
Yeah.
That was
that's what we need to do. There was...
Wasn't he like Patrick Bateman as well?
That was it.
He would like be in the house every morning, be like tweaking every sort of last eyebrow and things like that, and just getting... How's this helping? Smooth, isn't it?
Is that good? I do. I still have got time for Judgment Day shenanigans. So I think either during a break or just after a break, JD's got Ray in an abdominal stretch, and Balor's like, I'll have a bit of this. And the referee catching him. He's like, I didn't do anything. Ray makes a comeback, goes for 619.
I like that JD got the challenge that 1 week because Finn was in the tournament on SmackDown.
They justified it.
I quite appreciated that.
Did you see Ilya walking backstage and what happened? First person he walked to.
Yeah. I love it, man. Yeah, and the idea that like Ciampa's now losing out to people that aren't even on SmackDown is quite funny.
Yeah.
So...
are we going to get to see Axiom's hideous face now?
Oh, no, it's like I'm doing the Kane reveal. Oh, no, he's hot as balls.
Yeah. So Ray makes a comeback, goes for a 619. McDonough hits him with that awesome Spanish fly for 2. Ray fired back with a code red for 2. He went for another 619, got tripped by Balor. Obviously... the ref just yells at him again. McDonough tried his cheap shot, but Ray sends him into Balor, who gets knocked off the apron. Ray hits a 619, springboard splash, 1, 2, 3. Balor tries to attack Ray afterwards, but Ray gets out of there.
The match was what it was. I didn't think a great deal of it. I'm always impressed with the way Rey Mysterio moves.
Yeah. WCPW just...
That's it, yeah.
Moved off those edges.
Those the reps he needed, isn't it? It's like an excursion in a way when he took his time off WWE, wasn't it? Getting to WCPW. But you know what I was thinking about in this match?
Go on.
So, Sting, Starrcade 97, where Sting beat Hulk Hogan, and then they kind of killed the whole deal, and had to have the NWO kind of...
That was a fast count. Was it, Brett?
It looked pretty all right to me, mate.
Did you see what Brett said yesterday, by the way?
No.
We did an entire news, 4 different stories of him shooting on people.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you want to...
I mean, I'm going to take a punt at one.
Go on.
Did he have not very nice things to say about Bill Goldberg?
He said he liked Brock because he's not Bill Goldberg, basically.
Right.
Do you want to take another wild stab at who Brett doesn't like?
The game Triple H.
All close. Real close.
Shawn Michaels.
He went over the old ground of the allegations around Shawn and Vince, let's say.
Oh, God. All right, okay.
2 more names. One of which was less of a burial, but very funny nonetheless. Not for me, because, well, he's my best friend.
MJF.
Person, Johnny iPro or something like that, apologies, asked him his thoughts on MJF. Hang on, let me find this. And he said, MJF, who is that? Just curious, who is it? Oh, an AEW wrestler. As you can tell, I don't watch it anymore. He was literally in a segment with him. I was there for that, I remembered. Yeah. The Johnny iPro show.
He's getting on a bit, Brett. He's entitled to have those little senior moments.
Who else got it?
Is it a familiar victim?
No.
Of the Hitman?
It was the one I read on Sunday night and went, I get why he's saying it.
Gunther.
No, this is the reason. Not Gunther, but think along those sorts of lines. I get what he said, but I was also like, oh, no one ever talks bad about this guy, as far as I'm aware, anyway.
No one talks bad about this guy. Drew?
Close. Think of his circle of legitimate friends.
Sheamus?
Bingo! You gotta go at his punches.
Well, he smashes people's faces in.
Yeah.
That's completely, like... Sheamus is fine, but...
Guess you don't like bangers.
I'm going to go with... I know. I'm going to go with Bret Hart on that one. I just never injured anybody in his whole career.
Saw a poutine place at the York Christmas market.
Did you now? Did you try it?
No. I was just told.
Where was this, York?
Yeah.
A lot of those
I didn't buy anything.
A lot of those Christmas markets are the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Got one up in Newcastle. Where I think I nearly got pickpocketed the other day, so stay safe, gang. But
how'd you nearly get pickpocketed?
It's a more boring story, and I've already bored Nicholas with it, so I won't do it again. But I just sensed 2 people that might have been running a plea.
Ooh.
And then it didn't happen, and I was total luck. I'm an idiot. It was like total dumb luck if I avoided it. But then I think I might have seen him going to reset and try again.
And you'll never guess, love, I had the 2 bags of mini eggs right in my pocket.
It's a long game.
Bastards.
Just all these advent calendars are all gone. Chocolate around my mouth.
You could see all the blood that's dripping from my mouth when I tried to fight him off.
Poutine at a Christmas market. I hadn't thought about it. I don't tend to like Christmas markets.
I told the story from your birthday celebrations. 4 bowls.
Fell. Yeah.
But you did get that awesome Bret Hart top.
Bret Hart jumper, a Calgary Hitmen t-shirt, and 2 Stampede Wrestling t-shirts, which ironically, since getting back from America, I've been too fat to fit into. But that's what, like, willfully taking on a 4 poutine a day bet. Having that mindset in general.
Willfully taking.
You hear
pay it gladly.
You know, in sport, they talk about mentality. Like, my mentality is why currently 2 of the t-shirts that I successfully, won from that, I've yet only been able to wear once. One is great. It's the Stampede Wrestling logo. The very territory that, Vince McMahon just pretty much shuttered by taking Brett and Jim and being like, oh, I don't want to give him money. Oh. And then, they tried to reopen it and it always wouldn't work, obviously. It's a Stampede in the Raw's War font. Yeah, we closed down the whole goddamn family business, but tonight Steve Austin's going to kick the Rock's ass.
So, girls broken up here recently. Check out the was it the SmackDown preview?
Yeah.
From a couple of weeks ago for that.
Memories of heartbreak.
Right. We also found out following this Rey JD match.
Oh, that was what I was going to say about Sting. I'm so sorry. I got lost in a thought process about Sting and how everything had gone so tits up for WCW in 1998. They were like, well, we kind of blew the whole Sting deal. Should we just make 2 NWOs? How's that? A red one? And they did, and it worked for a bit. You had Hollywood and the Wolfpack. And Sting, because the Wolfpack pretty much were all the top baby faces, Sting's like, well, I might bloody have to now. And he joined, and he was Wolfpack Sting for a bit. You had that stupid devil face paint.
Yeah.
You know, like Jerry in Phoenix Nights. But it didn't work. It didn't work. But it made me think, what if one day, because they are so reliant on the Judgment Day, right, that they just split them and have a baby face and a heel Judgment Day, and you have Judgment Ray, and he's in like a purple and black
I was going to say
version of his-
Judgment Grey, yeah.
Yeah.
Kendall Grey could be part of it.
Well, anyone whose name rhymes. But like, I was thinking of Rey Mysterio, but in
Judgment Ray.
purple and black, like Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley rejoin. It's just like, you got Judgment Day and Judgment Ray. You got Dom on one side and Ray on the other. Or Dom's turned babyface by then, because we've often forecast that's going to happen for him and Liv are on the babyface side.
A long road back after last night.
You got Street Trash, and he said, give Judgment Ray Alter Bridge.
Street Trash.
Street Trash.
Street Trash.
They've been kicking around as long as the NWO.
We were like, that's a stupid name. Actually, no, it works
That's
perfectly.
class. They had that T-shirt that had a bin on it. The Clubhouse. When R-Truth brought the VCI, you can put him in Judgment Ray, definitely.
Yeah.
This statement legitimately is live, laugh, love. That's above the door of Judgment Ray.
Live, laugh, right.
I think like 2 Judgment Days.
Yeah.
Alter Bridge babyface Judgment Day, heel Judgment Day.
I like it. So, Timothée Chalamet is going to be on Cody Rhodes' podcast. And all I could think was, why not the Deadman's podcast, huh? Oh, Mr. Chalamet, what is that, French?
Tim. What kind of a name is Tim?
I'm not calling you Timothy. I will call you Tim.
He just looks at Michelle. She's got Chalamet tattooed on her neck. What the hell?
Dune.
He ain't even my second favorite Wonka. More for Gene Wilder. And who's the other third Wonka?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Thank you,
Of
Adam
course,
Nicholas.
yeah. So, Mr. Chalamet, tell me about this new moving picture of yours. What's it about? Ping pong? That ain't even a real sport.
You ever thought about making one of your fancy Hollywood movies about bones? You ever need somebody that knows how to nick a bottle of Jack and play dominoes you call a dead man?
I hear you in that Bob Dylan movie, A Complete Unknown. I'm in the parts unknown.
Oh, so you're on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Very clever. It'll probably take a dead man 15 minutes to do his entrance down that thing. Turn all the lights off. You do Cody's podcast on a bus, but you won't do mine on a garden water slide.
Nice try, Oompa Loompas, but I don't sleep. Little Women? I'm just looking through his thing.
Oompa, Loompa, Grundertaker, do not with the Undertaker.
We can all rhyme, pal.
Anyone can do it. Never mind Jolly and the Chocolate Factory. How about Kane and the Ass Kicking Factory? And you're going to get a one-way ticket, and it ain't made of gold because they ain't putting you over for the belt.
And you probably love me as a director. Because when I got behind the camera, I'd say, keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Augustus Gloop. We could have made a lot of money with you back in the day.
I would put a man like you in coffins for 4.5 years. You've done it now. You're gonna meet another film. So that's why he's doing Cody's podcast, I guess.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Mr. Slugworth, sell my recipe to you.
Oh, God.
Dead man's liquor.
And some Dr. Pepper mess of Veruca salt.
Is that the one who turned all blue?
Why is she blue?
Get AJ.
Hey, get AJ in here. He's hunkier than Timothée Chalamet ever was.
Yeah, and we need. I want movie stars to be on the Deadman's podcast.
Yeah.
More than Cody. Cody would be a professional.
Yeah.
And presumably Chalamet has like an affinity with wrestling. Otherwise, it's proper weird.
Just Undertaker just having no time and interest in all of these film stars, and then like I don't know, he's the Clint Eastwood. Now there's a young film star you can set your watch to.
Big old veiny cock. I've seen his movies. Clint, what's your opinion on slides? Like to see my slide, Clint?
Thing about Clint going down your water slide is his dick goes down at 10 minutes earlier. Are you dirty, Harry? You getting dead man's pool. Clean your ass up.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. I didn't realize Kane was going to be joining us for this podcast.
To be clear, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm the good one. Clean your bad.
Clean your bad and ugly. You're bad with your mask on, you're ugly with it out. You're going to put us in one of your pictures, Clint. My dick big enough for you, Clint?
Oh, I hear you're kind of an old school director. Well, speaking of old school.
Grab my hand and get up in ropes, old dead man. Take you for a ride.
I like Gran Torino, but it'd be better if he drove a bike.
I hear you once directed a film called Unforgiven. That sounds familiar.
Oh, God.
Copyright much, Clint?
I watched that whole goddamn thing. Where was the Inferno match? Disgust me.
Right.
I like the guns, though.
I did enjoy the
Those
guns.
were some good guns.
It took me back.
Yeah. And a knife, too, that was good. I saw that bit.
I used to like working the loop with guns and knives and John Gonzalez. It was a more real time.
It's kind of why I ride the bike, you know, because I like steel horses. And I don't like sand either.
Adam Pearce is talking to Raquel Rodriguez in his office. She's not happy about Nikki Bella getting the title shot, but he says, don't worry. After that, you'll be in the mix. New Day and Grace Waller come up. Remember them?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
WWE did this week, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Do you want the tag title
It's a
match?
big match next week, yeah.
And then, I don't know, in an attempt to, lose the tag title match, Grayson Waller just winds up Postman Pearce and puts a wig on him and bloody needs a drink now.
Oh, Christ. Yep, tag title match set. It's crap, innit? Rubbish, that.
I mean, it'll be a good match because it'll be the New Day and AJ Lee.
Yeah.
But anyway. Whew, moving on. It's time to promote the Women's War Games match. And we see the heel team, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and of course, Becky Lynch.
And God bless the United States.
This really tickled me.
Yeah.
The Trump-esque
Yeah.
promo she did.
And again, on this show, in this current era of WWE, it feels bizarre she snuck it in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fair play to her.
Do you reckon she's... it's just mocking someone on the internet.
Just as a Razor Ramon thing. Mocking Scarface, and still nobody in the company's ever seen it.
Got it.
Oh, is that what Scarface does? Yeah, pretty much.
Becky, so there's loads of boos, obviously, for the heels. And she says, look, I can hear it. You're all very unhappy about the injustice that happened to me last week on Raw. Everyone's been asking about it. But don't worry, I've got lawyers all across this country working on it. but I've been advised, you're not going to like this, I've been advised not to talk about it. Unlike Maxxine Dupri and that corrupt referee Jessica Carr, I actually follow the rules, okay? But let me tell you, heads are going to roll, okay? That decision is going to be overturned. I'm going to get my title back, and the company's going to be a lot better for it, okay? Company's also going to be a lot better off when I finally get rid of bloody AJ Lee once and for all, okay? Because, AJ, you made a big mistake coming back. You made a big mistake costing me my title. But the biggest mistake you're ever going to make is locking yourself in a cage with me, because I've assembled by myself, you're the last one to join, the greatest War Games team in the history of War Games, okay?
Why are you becoming Mr. Mackey all of a sudden? Is sliding
He's
in
like
there.
doing that, okay. Yeah. I know we've had our differences.
Mr. Becky.
He's just Mr. Becky, okay?
Me and Asuka, we beat the hell out of each other. I think I beat you 9 out of 10 times, but, it made me work for it. And then that brings me to, she's got her arm around her. And that brings me to, actually, go and ask her, you do it. She does the whole, Kyrie! Becky's like, I saved your life. I saved your life, okay? You owe me a great deal. Now you're going to be very loyal. He was a fool across you too. And you're going to make her pay, okay? And that brings me to Nia Jax. Nia Jax, very powerful, very strong. Tears running down her face. Not as powerful as me, very powerful. She's the only woman who's ever been able to damage my face. But I have great bones, strong bones.
I know somebody else who's got great bones. Don't be peeking.
I didn't have to wear a mask to protect it afterwards, like someone like Rotten Rhea Ripley. She got nicknames now.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my new friend, a fine specimen of a woman with long legs. Lash Legend. Stick with me. I'm going to take you under my wing. I'm going to make you a star, like I did with the rest of these three. And Charlatan Flair and Awful Alexa aren't going to know what hit him.
Oh my God.
It's a proper bonus, isn't it, when the worse the nickname, the better the promo.
Yeah.
Like, it's rarefied air for a wrestler, because the amount of times a wrestler must have, especially from a writer, must have been handed a nickname. Oh, God, I've got to go out there in front of people and say that on telly. But now, like, as a writer, you must be having to, like, what's the dumbest one we could, Charlatan Flair?
Yeah.
Like, what's the dumbest we can come up with? She'll say it, and she'll probably keep it, and she'll probably get it over. Should we do the rest of this? This runs immediately into their baby faces, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They've trivialised the whole thing. Now, just a bit of gag, just a bit of knockabout, just a bit of silly fun. But, yeah, fine. Who cares? Like, I'm quite looking forward to seeing Lash Legend in War Games.
Yeah.
And AJ and Becky being added has made the match feel bigger by their presence in it. Fine.
So out comes the baby faces, Rhea, EO, Charlatan, Awful Alexa, and AJ Lee, of course. And AJ says, oh, Becky, the old AJ should have come down here and torn that pretty little face off. But luckily for you, therapy works. All this bravado, all this tearing people down just to lift yourself up. I see what it is. It's insecurity. It's fear. I don't need to run my mouth to lift myself up. I know exactly who the hell I am. I don't need to bark like an angry chihuahua. I don't bark, I bite. Becky, you lit a fire in me. These women by my side, they pour gasoline on it. And now you made the mistake of locking yourself in a cage with me, where I go to let the old AJ out. She can do whatever the hell she wants to you. I know I'm not the only one who can't wait to knock you down from that high pedestal and laugh as you fall all the way down. Isn't that right, Rhea? Rhea grabs a mic and just smashes it in Nia's face. Big brawl. We see AJ and Alexa jump on the backs of Nia Jax and Lash Legend. They get out of it, but then the new team, best friends, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, after their intense sit-down on SmackDown, which you can check out on the SmackDown review, of course, performed brilliantly by myself and Michael Sidgwick. Charlotte and Rhea clear the ring with stereo big boots to Nia and Lash. And then, you know what they did after that? Dynasty again! Yeah, and then,
See that one coming.
EO. It's kind of Charlotte's new thing now.
A little bit,
She's
innit? Why DX?
And EO wiped them out with a moonsault.
Christ, mate.
Fun this, wasn't it?
Chicken out that thing. Yeah, it was.
Put the bin on your head on Saturday.
Yeah, it is trivial nonsense, but it feels a little bit more like their own in it as opposed to the men's one, which is where they're trying to pretend it's more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was on the line for this Survivor Series War Games?
Grin this one on a curve, I would say.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Trump Becky, basically, followed by...
Like, the two smallest on the team going for Lash and Nia was good business. And I'm really like...
It almost works, actually, with the size of the people in the heel team, if they are at a disadvantage, because it's like, well, if the first two are like AJ and Alexa, and the first one is Nia Jax, it's going to be like, well...
They've got to try and bring it
Is
down.
that really an advantage?
Yeah. Charlotte will probably somehow win the advantage and then want to go in first and last. Goes in for a bit, goes and takes a wrestling mini cage, comes back.
Yeah. But yeah, looking forward to Saturday. We'll preview it later on this week and review it on Monday, of course. But now to one of my favourite moments of the week. I know it's rapidly enchanting the audience, and that is, of course, time for Gooner Comment of the Week.
I genuinely forgot about that, and I was trying to remember what the next segment of Raw was. But high on that, but
just found a picture of a wrestler from this weekend's Full Gear pay-per-view.
Right.
Review available right now.
Okay.
But mainly, it's Tony Storm's ass. It was Tony Storm's bum. And people were getting very excited in the comments. And you have to pick, or you'll help me run through the three biggest Gooner comments. Women's wrestling fan. Always good, to hear from someone who's a purveyor of this.
I don't trust the integrity of this person's username.
Right. I've been jerking off to this non-stop. Look, it was Saturday. It's Tuesday, lunchtime now. Non-stop. Red Raw.
Do you think I was gonna make it grosser? We don't need to.
Okay. I don't know which will be. Well, I'm just going to read this to you. I'm not going to give the person's surname. Alan, though, writes...
Shearer. We're libeling somebody.
It's not Shearer. Alan writes... Scrumptious armpits.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew that one would get you.
You know what?
Kinks and what have you can like armpits.
It's not the
and
armpits,
stuff. No.
but don't care about that. It's you were right to apply that particular tone of voice to scrumptious and
BFG. Big friendly Gooner.
I'll give you that one. Just Gemblin, Pearce.
I hate that BFG advert on the telly at the moment.
What is that?
Oh, I'm on the telly box and...
Talking like that, yeah. What's it for? Is it a Christmas one for one of the big shops?
Sanos, yeah, I think so.
Have you seen the one for...
Hang on, did you just call it Sanos?
Old Sanos, yeah.
Sanos.
Sanos.
I let it slide, but I did.
Will you?
Yeah. Final comment.
You seen the Waitrose one?
Which one's that?
What do you call that? Waitos?
Waitrose. Yeah, you know
Waities.
Waitrose, yeah.
Waities.
Waities.
I mean, I never go there.
I was going to say we haven't got one up there, so it's like the Joe Wilkinson.
Anne Louise told me about this. I haven't seen. Oh wait, is he banging Keira Knightley in it?
Well, he wants to. It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
she's Keira Knightley from the Shoot World. He's like a character called Phil.
but he's Joe Wilkinson from The Traitors.
Yeah, he's Joe Wilkinson off the telly, also in the Shoot World. But instead, like, they've occupied this middle space where she's Keira Knightley.
I hate that. I hate that. Which Oceans is that in? That really winds me up in that Oceans when they're like, "Oh, you looks just like Julia Roberts."
The second one, but it ain't that big a deal.
He calls himself Phil, and he's like, "I'm Phil," and you're thinking it's going to be about something about like he's filling his basket or whatever, and she says, "Hello, Phil," and that's their first little meet cute. But at no point does he correct. He's called Phil. Like you see him on the phone to his mum at another point, and she's like,
filling your basket. Does he say anything like that? Or
yeah, he says, "I'm gonna. What are you getting from Waitrose for Christmas? Condoms for all the f***ing we're gonna do over Christmas. Merry Christmas." And that's the advert.
I'll have to check it out. Don't
yeah. It's split into parts. So I'm imagining it's like an advent calendar type deal where on Christmas Day you'll see the penetration.
Well,
right after the Queen's speech.
Final Gooner comment.
Whoever talks now, I don't know.
Final Gooner comment of the week comes from Stink Pipe Addict.
Enjoy the stink pipe. If you've got an addiction, that might have an impact on your life. We're not mocking enjoyment of the stink pipe. I feel like we're losing track of whatever it is. We are mocking, quite honestly, but what's Stink Pipe Addict got to say?
Just one whiff would be life-changing.
Life-changing. If you're a stink pipe addict, you're feeding the problem there because you think that last gust will be the one that's like, finally I can move on with my life. No, you're going to want more. That's where Stink Pipe Addict is going wrong. He could be recovering Stink Pipe Addict if he realised one whiff would do me for like a day.
What I really like, by the way, I think is Twitter. You know, it says like, it'll say like Michael Hamflett, and it's like, or a better example, Michael Sidgwick at M Sidgwick.
It's a Gooner one.
No, because it's like, it's not your full name.
Yeah.
He's at M Sidgwick, but his thing says Michael Sidgwick, right? I think his profile says Stink Pipe, and then it's like at Stink Pipe Addict.
Profile picture Stink Pipe. Like, love my 3 young Stink Pipes.
Yeah, check out Stink Pipe Addict's Twitter.
If he's got like a work and a job and like that.
Let's see if I can find it again. Where is he?
Can you next week? Little challenge.
Go on.
Can you find somewhere they've gooned for a male wrestler?
Yes.
Can you mix it up a little bit so we can have them like saying absolute filth about, I don't know, like John Cena's knob or something?
I can't find him now, Stink Pipe Addict.
Stink Pipe Addict. What's Stink Pipe, like, when you find Stink Pipe Addict, ask what Stink Pipe Addict thinks of, like, if Rey Mysterio farted on his chin or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Have a look.
Right, we're going to try and breeze past this next bit because it's really sad to see. Last time is now tournament quarterfinal. Solo Sikoa versus Penta. The match never really happened, did it?
No.
Solo sends Penta over the barricade. He comes back with a Hurricane Rana, but lands right on his shoulder. I heard, by the way, Andy told me that Penta was just like, yeah, I can just pop the shoulder back in. And the doctor was like, don't do that. We'll just call it.
Frustrated that he couldn't.
He hit the barricade in frustration. The match was called off. Solo was declared the winner.
And Solo didn't really know where to put him. We absolutely adore Solo Sikoa on this podcast. But to be totally fair to him, and it was Tola Tonga that was with him, wasn't he? They kind of didn't really know where to put him. We did it.
They definitely weren't anticipating winning this one, were they?
Yeah, they were. People that think that we're doing a bit, we're not. If you want to see what the MFTs look like without swagger, look at last night's Monday Night Raw when they didn't really know where to put themselves.
Yeah.
All heel Gunther Solo match could be a
positive. Not a heel in my eyes.
Well, yeah, positive thing to come from this big negative. I hope Penta's all right.
I wonder if they were, because we were speculating on the preview yesterday, and I was like, maybe they're going to have like a, Sammy interference to be like just to heat up the traditional Survivor Series match. It's already in the can, but you know what I mean. Do you reckon?
Taped, God, yeah.
I reckon Sammy was like waiting there, like, right, his bollocks, he's won. What do I do now?
So that's crazy, isn't it? Imagine if like Solo had got injured there. I've just thought that big Survivor Series match with the however that plays out has been taped, and yeah,
we did that once in WCPW, and I'm fairly certain we shot the match. The match we shot before the TV or whatever however it worked out, and then but the TV was going before the pay-per-view, and they got injured in the pay-per-view match. And it was just like, it was a tag match, thankfully. It was like, not a lot of involvement here from one of the wrestlers. Yeah, probably because he's holding his arm like that, going, don't hit me.
Not fill up all night trying to edit around the selling of it. Murray was telling me this morning that the Deadman booked the old Lucha Brothers, did he not?
Yeah.
So I might scupper that as well. Get well soon, Penta.
Yeah, I hope it's not too serious. I hope he just popped it back in, which is an insane phrase to say. Right, we move on to backstage. The new women's IC champion, Maxxine Dupri, is there with Postman Pearce, who just informs her that more women than ever have called him about fighting her to take the belt off her, because presumably they think she's an easy champion.
Yeah.
But he says, look, focus up, work hard. Dupri says, I will. I want to be the champion people could be proud of. And then in a completely different tangent, she says you can speak to Natalya. Why would you do that? Ivy Nile comes up, says, like, that title's mine. And she's a bit shaken up, spins around, straight into Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Perez says, I'll take that title anytime I'll bloody want. Pearce gets in there and says, leave her alone. And he says, maybe you want to call Natalya now. What's the hurry?
You see, in the storyline, the ringing of Natalya is to help Maxxine Dupri as this champion that is...
Oh, she have like a first easy opponent to defend the title against?
No, she's so experienced that she can stop Maxxine losing it against several other opponents.
What, teach her that excellent sharpshooter technique that she's got?
The thought never once crossed your mind.
Is everyone else busy or something?
We'll see how this goes, yeah.
I mean, AJ's busy with War Games for this.
I wonder how many heels they can sacrifice to the gimmick of the beatable babyface champion before the inevitable, like, Natalya heel turn. Because that's what that feels like the first actual feud, doesn't it? Is
Natalya switching from one of babyface to heel or heel to babyface. I can't picture that. That never happens.
she can beat Ivy now, can't she? Where's the Creeds?
I don't know.
Did one get injured?
I think so. They were hanging out with you last time I saw them.
Yeah. I don't think I've been on telly since.
What do you do?
Oh, God.
There's a pre-tape promo, good pre-tape promo from Stephanie Vaquer ahead of her title match with Nikki Bella. She says, look, Nikki, clever. You were my best friend, but, you know, not as smart as you thought. I know all about your history. You don't know about mine, though. If you were as smart as you pretended to be, you'd know who you're messing with. Are you sure you want to get in with the ring with me? I'll see you at Survivor Series.
I can't wait for that match. Like, it's a perfect card for it. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Perfect card for it. Can't wait for it. We'll preview it in a bit more detail later in the week.
And then we got the men's War Games advantage match. It was the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. They went to a break about 10 seconds into this match, didn't they? It was like, whoa. See you later.
See you in a bit.
Anyway, when we come back, the heels are working over Jey Uso. Logan knocks Jimmy off the apron before they could get to the tag. McIntyre chucked Jey over the announce desk, takes to another break. And as McIntyre posed, Jimmy chucked a prime bottle at him.
Yeah.
That was funny. We come back. Jay's getting double suplexed by the brilliant tag team of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Good chemistry together.
They kip up, flex.
Yeah.
Like, you the best tag team ever. But McIntyre runs into a boot in the corner. And finally they can get Jimmy in for a load of super kicks. But Logan Paul fights back. It's a blockbuster for 2. But Jimmy ducks the big punch. Hit a super kick, spear, Uso splash, but Drew breaks up the cover. Jay and Drew brawl outside of the ring. The two Bronnies appear to check on Logan. Out comes Punk and Rhodes to brawl with them. As all that's going on, Jay takes everyone out with a big dive. And Jimmy's so busy distracted by all this that Logan rolls him up with a schoolboy. 1, 2, 3. The heels get the advantage for War Games, as they should. Punk immediately just then starts attacking Logan Paul. The brawl continues. Roman Reigns comes out, and great sell for these Superman punches to the two Bronnies. He goes in there and hits Logan Paul and McIntyre with one as well. The babyfaces stand tall, and then the credits appear on the screen, and then I guess the show ends, because that's when I turned it off.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Brock Lesnar's music hits. He comes out with Paul Heyman. He goes to do his thing with the the fireworks. He fell flat on his f***ing ass. He slipped. We've all watched this like 5 times.
It's brilliant.
So as far as we can tell, Nicholas, right, he's flicking one leg up in the air to do the stamp, and then what, his back leg just slips or gives way, or is it his momentum for throwing his body in the air so much?
Next thing you see is his arse, isn't it?
He rolls backwards. Paul Heyman goes, what the hell's just happened? Right? And then, to be fair to him, he styles it out in the only way that you can. You can't pretend to be like, I'm rock hard, me. He just laughs, puts his cowboy hat on Bron Breakker. They march down to the ring, and we get the big brawl. These two teams can't be separated. See you on Saturday to close the show.
The Brockmaster. Only the original one had to put his hat back on himself. Brock needed to get his away. I
wouldn't be that intimidated from what I saw. I mean, I would for Brock Lesnar, but the baby...
I couldn't love this more, quite honestly. To quote Brian Clough, the man's a clown. He ripped his arse of his jeans.
I mentioned this on the
week.
news.
He's an idiot. He's a lumbering idiot that doesn't draw anymore. Go away. Like, I want them to remake the WrestleMania commercial, but you see the feet walking and then they just like slip from underneath him. I felt great just in that like petty little karmic way. Just being like, don't like him around. Feel like he's like a real mood killer of a pro wrestler on a product that already hasn't really been my cup of tea as much this year. Brilliant. I have something other sort of very minor inconvenience. But this is a man that lives his life so much by his own clock, right? And as you pointed out, he started it out and he laughed. And it's a bit like when he tore his jeans and he laughed along there, right? But his whole deal, Brock Lesnar, real or otherwise, is just that he sort of like walks the earth unencumbered, doesn't he? You know, he doesn't. Remember the year when he opened WrestleMania because as a shoot he just wanted to get the hell out of there. If I'm not waiting until 1 a.m. Like Seth Rollins is there livid, being like, I'm losing my semi-main event, Brock. See you later. Like, it
was actually the right call, wasn't it? Really, as well.
It was, yeah. The more banana skins, evidently literal ones, he encounters in his life, the better, because they're the ones that you can't account for. The little slick of something that you walked on in the heel of your shoe that created that moment, the way you moved your leg in which the denim finally tore in your jeans, those things you could never plan for while you're chartering your private jets or you're cutting your own meat up to eat for your dinner. Like, more of them. I want one every week to happen to Brock Lesnar.
Very funny.
Like, Mr. Bean Brock Lesnar. I want it. I need it.
Brock.
I want the door of the War Games cage to get locked when he's the last one in there. So like the heels have got the advantage, but the babyface like, not anymore, you haven't, because Brock can't get out. And then he's trying to bend the bars, and then the whole thing just falls over. It's like like Kevin Owens in that portal leave that time. Boom! Like over he goes. I would bloody love it. That's the segment.
He goes to leave the what's it called? The War Games, the
mini cage thing.
Mini cage. Oh, I've got my fight shorts caught on it. Oh, I've got my pants, and they've got red hearts on them.
Red heart boxer shorts. Yeah, Broxer shorts.
Very
They'd
good.
sell them straight away. Red heart boxer shorts because he's got his pants caught on the War Games thing. The whole thing tips over.
Logan Paul's tied his laces together, hasn't told him.
Yeah, that's fine. Remember that time? Wasn't there another time where like he dove? He did a dive or something. Oh no, it's that the John Cena match, isn't it? Where he does a show, but he cleans the ropes out.
Welcome back.
Does that, but like does it in War Games and gets stuck in between the ring and the cage, and you just see his legs. You see his legs kicking up in the air like that.
Oh, they can't get out.
Like heart boxer shorts and boots, and that's Brock Lesnar, and they're like in line up and they just boot him in his.
1, 2, 3. Looks like the Babyface won this one.
Trying to shoot around it because Brock's kicking legs there.
Just to hear him. Help.
Yeah. And that was Raw.
Say I'm pumped for War Games, I told you. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on the now in the comment section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. You can't follow Michael Hamflett on X. Well, you can. He's just not going to be on there doing anything for a bit, but you can follow him where?
On Cameo at Michael Hamflett or hamflettx@gmail.com.
You can follow our brilliant and long-suffering producer, Adam Nicholas, at...
It's Adam Nicholas.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Me and Hamflett will be back later on today to preview NXT, but for now, this has been the Raw review. Well, thanks to Michael Hamflett. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.